we help you make sense of West Africa's investment world. This podcast is brought to you by Daba, your most comprehensive platform for investing in African stocks, bonds, and managed funds. You can download the Daba app on your favorite Google and Apple app stores. We begin with good news. Unilever Côte d'Ivoire continues its incredible run, leading market gains. While the broader market was steady, strong signals came from industrial and consumer stocks, with some concerns in telecom and public services. Let's break it all down together. Let's go. We start with the main indicators. The BRVM composite index closed at 309.23 points, marking a daily increase of 0.02%. On an annual basis, the index is now up by 12.03%, a strong signal of medium-term confidence in the market. The BRVM Principal Index, which tracks the main board of listed companies, climbed to 182.34 points, gaining 1.09% for the session. This growth was largely driven by strength in industrial and consumer staples sectors. In contrast, the BRVM Prestige Index, which includes high-profile companies, slipped slightly to 129.75 points, reflecting a 0.41% decline. This drop is minor but worth monitoring, especially if the trend continues into the week. On the trading front, market activity picked up. Total traded volume across equities reached 489,733 shares, with a total value of 373,758 francs CFA. That's a 12.7% increase in value traded, despite a drop in volume by over 58%. This suggests that larger, higher-priced stocks dominated the session. Now, let's highlight the top-performing stocks of the day. Leading the market was Unilever Côte d'Ivoire, which surged 7.49% to close at 31,175 francs CFA. Year-to-date, the stock has skyrocketed by more than 390%. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly 4 times its value at the beginning of the year. This makes Unilever one of the hottest stocks on the BRVM in 2025. In second place, Filtisac Côte d'Ivoire gained 7.45%, ending the day at 5,045 francs CFA. The company, a key player in industrial packaging, has now gained over 172% since January. For investors, this highlights the growing strength of local industrial production. Bernabé CI, a hardware distribution and industrial equipment supplier, came in third with a 7.20% gain, reaching 1,340 francs CFA. The company is up 25.82% over the year, another solid performer. Tractafric Motors CI jumped 5.47% to 2,700 francs CFA, and Solibra CI, a leading beverage producer, climbed 3.83% to 19,000 francs CFA. All of these companies reflect strong demand in key economic sectors, from consumer goods to logistics and manufacturing. But not all stocks had a good day. On the declining side, Uniwax CI led the losses, dropping 5.17% to 550 francs CFA. While this textile manufacturer is still up more than 34% year-to-date, today's correction could signal investor caution on export-related industries. Onatel Burkina Faso fell 4.37% to 2,300 francs CFA, while Cervere Abidjan declined 2.32%, closing at 1,610 francs CFA. Telecom giant Orange Côte d'Ivoire also recorded a dip, losing 2.12% to settle at 14,300 francs CFA. The stock has fallen 18.29% since January, reflecting investor concern over slowing revenue growth or regional competition. Lastly, NEI CI, an education publishing firm, continued its downward slide, closing at 585 francs CFA, down 1.68% and off 22% on the year. This contrast between top gainers and losers reflects the BRVM's current transition. Investors are rotating into growth-heavy, consumer-focused, and industrial names while pulling back from telecoms and services. Let's now turn to the sector index performance, which gives us deeper insights into where the market is heading. The industrial sector index rose 2.77%, driven by big moves from Bernabé, Filtisac, and Tractafric. The consumer staples index also gained significantly, rising 2.30%, supported by Unilever and Solibra. The energy sector index moved up 0.61%, showing moderate investor interest, while the financial sector index improved slightly by 0.30%. In contrast, the telecom sector index fell 1.06%, and the utilities sector index dropped 1.13%, the worst performances of the day. These sectors, usually considered stable, are currently weighed down by weak earnings and limited short-term growth. So, what does this mean for you as an investor? If you're looking for growth, today's data suggests shifting your focus to industrials, consumer staples, and selected financials. The combination of rising prices and solid dividends in these sectors makes them attractive for both short-term gains and long-term wealth building. Let's now take a look at the bond market. Bond activity was unusually quiet today. Only 2,143 bond units were traded across the BRVM, for a total value of 21,169,111 francs CFA. That's a sharp decline of nearly 100% compared to the previous session. While this may look dramatic, it's common to see slower mid-week sessions in fixed income markets. But behind the numbers, some bonds still offer strong value. Government bonds such as the 10-year Mali 6.50% bond and the 8-year Senegal 6.25% bond remain solid options. These provide reliable coupon payments and are backed by sovereign issuers, making them less volatile than equities. On the corporate side, the Petro Ivoire 6.80% 10-year bond traded actively today at 10,150 francs CFA. With its above-average coupon, it's a bond that income-seeking investors should watch closely. In a climate where equities are volatile and macro risks are present, fixed income continues to offer portfolio balance. For income investors, these high-yield bonds, often paying between 6% and 7% annually, provide a safety net. Many also come with semi-annual coupons, which is useful for those needing regular income. Let's now turn to corporate news. Two major dividend announcements are worth noting. Nestlé CI will pay a dividend of 308 francs CFA per share on August 18th, with withholding tax applied at 12% for individuals and 10% for corporations. Société Générale CI will pay a handsome 1,963 francs CFA per share on August 5th. If you're a shareholder in either company, mark your calendars. These are not distributions you want to miss. Dividend income, combined with capital gains, is how you build a reliable, long-term portfolio. So, how do you navigate this market? With Daba Pro. For those seeking personalized investment guidance, data-driven recommendations, and lower fees, Daba Pro is your edge. With Daba Pro, you don't just follow the market, you stay ahead of it. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for listening to the Daba Markets Talk podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with another update. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating, follow us, and share with friends. Remember, this information is for educational purposes. Always do your own research or consult with a financial advisor before making investment decisions. And download the Daba app on your app store to start investing in African stocks, bonds, and manage portfolios through your phone and find other helpful content. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing your financial knowledge.